Hello students, today I am going to explain you poem 6 from unit 4 and the name is Amanda, written by Robin Klein. Now about author. Robin Klein is a poet who takes in his pen the everyday and universal happenings of life. Activities pertaining to small children are very dear to him as they represent innocence, love, smartness and their nature. So we can consider here that Robert Klein is child lover. Before we proceed, let us go through few points. Every child feels that she or he is controlled and instructed not to do one thing or another. You too may feel that your freedom is curtailed. Your parents continuously say about your do's and don'ts. So, children every now and then feel that my parents are poking or are interrupting in my daily work. वो हमेशा आपको क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए वो सिखाते रहते हैं, पर बच्चों को ये लगता है कि हमारी आजादी उसे छीनी जा रही है. But students, it is not like that. They say what to do and what not is all about your bright future. तुम्हें अच्छा बनाने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, क्या सही है, क्या गलत, वो आपको सिखाते रहते हैं. Now, in this poem, stanza number 1, 3, 5, 7 are spoken by Amanda's mother. Each are of 4 lines, and stanza number 2, 4, and 6 are spoken by herself. Each are of 3 lines. Let us now go through with the poem. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. Now here are few don'ts that Amanda's mother is saying to Amanda. What Amanda's mother is saying that don't bite your nails. This is not a good habit. बच्चों ये आप में भी आदत होती है. I have clearly shown in the picture that we are not supposed to bite our nails. This is the advice given by her mother. Don't hunch your shoulders. हमें ऐसे पीठ निकाल के खड़े नहीं रहना चाहिए. Stop that slouching. ऐसे slouch करना नहीं है. Sit up straight, Amanda. Now, slouching means drooping, means bending downwards. Now, stanza number 2. This is being spoken by herself. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Languid is completely in a relaxed mood. Emerald, that is bright green color, precious stone, and mermaid, that is the head and trunk of a woman and the tail of a fish. I have shown you this mermaid in picture. Here students, you can see this is an imaginary mermaid with tail of fish and with the head of a woman. Now through this stanza, what Amanda wants to say. But Amanda is lost in her own dreams. She imagines herself to be a mermaid drifting joyfully with the soft waves of the green sea. She imagines that she is the sole inhabitant of the beautiful sea and there is no one to disturb her. So she is ignoring what her mother has said to her. She is all alone. वो अपनी दुनिया में मस्त है, वो imagination की world में चली गई है. Now next, this is third stanza spoken by Amanda's mother. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Now here Amanda's mother is asking that had she finished her homework and even she has given her work to tidy her room. Has she completed that or not? And even she is asking that I have ordered you to clean your shoes. Everything I have shown you in the picture. Here Amanda is working cleaning the floor, and even shoes. All these are the questions being put on by Amanda's mother to Amanda. Her mother asks her if she has done all that work or not. On this note, what reply is given by Amanda is given in stanza 4, is into bracket. Bracket में देखो आप, ये जो यहाँ पे ब्रैकेट दिया हुआ है, I am an orphan से लेके freedom is sweet, ये सब कुछ अमेंडा का रिप्लाई है. I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Amanda is lost in her own thoughts. She imagines herself to be an orphan with no parents to disturb her. She feels happy in being an orphan. She imagines that she is roaming in the street with bare feet. She is making soft patterns as she puts her feet gently in the dust. There is all silence about her with no one to nag her, means to disturb her, or the little girl. This silence is golden and this freedom is so sweet to her. This means वो completely अपनी मदर को इग्नोर कर रही है. वो ऐसा कहना चाहती है कि इससे तो अच्छा मैं ऑर्फन हूं, मैं अपने हिसाब से गलियों में घूमती रहूंगी, बेयर फीट यानी बिना कुछ पहने पैरों में मैं अपनी पैटर्न्स बनाती जाऊंगी. सो दिस वाज अबाउट स्टैंजा नंबर 4. Now fifth stanza, this is spoken by her mother. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Now her mother sees Amanda eating a chocolate and tells her not to eat. मम्मा ने देख लिया है और उसे वो समझा रही है कि तुम्हें ये खानी नहीं है. Mother says Amanda must not have forgotten the acne that she had got previously. Acne means I have shown through this picture. यहाँ पे जो आपकी cheeks पे जो pimples हो जाते हैं वो बताया हुआ है. इसके लिए मदर कहती है कि प्लीज तुम ये चॉकलेट नहीं खाओ, तुम भूलना नहीं कि तुम्हें ऐसे पिंपल्स हो जाते हैं. As Amanda is lost in her own dreams and does not look up to the mother, so her mother feels very irritated. बहुत गुस्सा आ जाता है मदर को और मदर ने क्या बोला? Amanda, you should look up when I am speaking to you. Through this picture I have explained you, I have tried to explain you. यहाँ पे मदर कह रही हैं कि तुम्हें ऊपर देखना चाहिए जब मैं तुम्हें कुछ बात कर रही हूं. Now the next stanza is spoken by herself, that is Amanda. I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Now the meaning of Rapunzel is beautiful fairy who wants live alone. एक बहुत अच्छी सी परी जिसको अपने आप में अकेले रहना है, यहाँ पे Amanda को बताया है. Tranquil means calm, शांत. Through this stanza it has been explained that Amanda is completely lost in her own dreams. She imagines herself to be golden-haired Rapunzel who lives on the tower all alone, as if she does not cares. She imagines that the life of Rapunzel is completely peaceful, शांति भरी उसकी लाइफ होगी और मैं अपने आप को टावर पे रखूंगी जहां पे मुझे दुनियादारी से कोई मतलब नहीं होगा, as if I don't care. और ये भी कहा है कि जैसे रपेंजल ने अपने बालों को नीचे रख दिया था वैसे मैं करने वाली नहीं हूं. I will not down my bright hairs. मैं सिर्फ अकेले टावर पे चली जाना चाहती हूं, जैसे वो परी बैठती थी अकेले में मैं भी वहां जाना चाहती हूं, पर मैं अपने गोल्डन हेयर्स को नीचे झुकाऊंगी नहीं. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Now, sulking means to be depressed and nagged means harassed. Amanda is still lost in her own dreams, her own imaginations. She is not at all interested or is not liking even what her mother guides her. Amanda's mother is thinking that वो बहुत गुस्से में है, इसके लिए वो मेरे कोई भी सवालों का जवाब नहीं दे रही है, इसके लिए उसको कहती हैं स्टॉप दैट सल्किंग एट वंस, इतना डिप्रेस होने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. एंड Amanda's mother is saying that this has become a habit with you to remain irritated always. हमेशा चिड़चिड़ापन तुम्हारे अंदर सवार रहता है, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है. और जिस हिसाब से तुम अपना फेस बनाती हो, इस हिसाब से सामने वाले को तो ऐसा लगेगा कि जैसे मैंने तुम्हें बहुत डांट दिया है, मैंने तुम्हें बहुत गुस्सा किया है. This is being shared in this stanza. So this was the conversation between Amanda and her mother, or we can consider parent as well. Now, figures of speech. In stanza 1, don't bite your nails, Amanda. Exclamation because exclamation mark has been used. Litotes just because of negation. Second line, don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Again, exclamation. Synecdoche just because shoulders are the part of body and litotes because of negation. Line 3 and 4. Stop that slouching and sit up straight. Again, it is alliteration because the sound of consonant S is repeated, and exclamation because of exclamation mark. Now, second stanza is spoken by Amanda herself. We will consider this as a whole. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Here the figures of speech are metaphor, metonymy, personification and internal rhyme. Metaphor because comparison between Amanda and mermaid. She wants to become a mermaid. Metonymy because mermaid represents Amanda. Personification because sea has been given the human quality of being languid. Internal rhyme because sea and me are internal rhyme. Now stanza third. First line and second line. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? At the end of both the lines, in question mark is there, so interrogation. Now line number 3 and 4. I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Exclamation and repetition of I is there. Now stanza 4 spoken by herself. I am an orphan roaming the street. In first line it is metonymy because orphan here represents Amanda. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. Synecdoche because feet is the part of body, and metaphor comparison of her footprints. Now third line, the silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Again here it is metaphor because silence is compared with the gold, and which is very precious. Stanza number 5. Line number 1. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Exclamation and negation, so litotes. Remember your acne, Amanda. Exclamation. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? Exclamation is there. Alliteration and repetition. Repetition of you word is there, and alliteration because W, the consonant, has been repeated. Now stanza number 6, line number 1 and 2. I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. Metonymy and internal rhyme. Metonymy because Rapunzel represents Amanda, and rare and care are internal rhymes. Line number 3 of stanza number 6. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Exclamation because exclamation mark is there, and synecdoche just because hair are the part of body. Stanza number 7. All three lines together. Exclamation is there at the end of each and every line. So the figures of speech is exclamation. Now students, your today's task is from textbook Beehive, page number 62. Write down all 9 question answers in your notebook. Keep your work updated. Write answers to the point along with introduction in each and every answer. So this was all about Form 6, Amanda. Now in our next meeting, I am going to explain you Unit 5, the 100 Dresses, first part, written by Albusser Easter. Till then, study well students. All the best. Thank you.